Question number one. What is the hardest thing about rugby league in today's day and age besides training? Probably training is the easier side of it, to be honest. I feel like everything in and around the game is where it's really, really getting hard for players. And with the amount of money that's coming into the game, with the inclusion of social media, with everyone sort of voicing their opinions, and everyone feels like they're entitled to an opinion and using their social media platforms to do so, it's really built the game up. But what it's done is put this massive magnifying glass and spotlight on top of players. And like, if you think rugby league, it's emotion. It's an emotional game. And as an Australian bloke or a Kiwi bloke, it's not cool to talk about emotions. We love hearing about the adrenaline. We love hearing about like the anger towards another player. We love to hear about all that sort of manly shit. But there's a consequence of like what goes up must come down. Without good, there is no bad. Do you know what I mean? The duality of all these sort of emotions. We don't really talk about the downside of it until it's too late, until it's mental illness, until it's suicide, and we start fucking retweeting and doing all that sort of shit as well. And what we don't realize will probably be the consequence of that problem, because there's this massive spotlight on players. And I know what a lot of people are going to say right now. They're like, they're on this amount of money, so they should be acting in this certain way. And if you're the type of person that looks at a rugby league player and you get mad because they earn a certain amount of money, fuck, that's on you. That's your problem. And I get people coming to me that, they should be acting a certain way because I have to go to work all week. Like, change your job. Like, I don't look at a football player and say someone gets paid $2 million in the next couple of years for one season. I don't look at them and go, fuck you. Like, I have to come to work every single day. How are you getting $2 million? Like, my brain doesn't work like that. And that's the sad part about this country at the moment. Like, we condemn people for doing well or for earning a certain amount of money. But like I said, emotion, there's not many jobs in the world where you judge weekly, and like, imagine your job right now and you had to answer to your boss every single week and your boss goes, you know what, you were good, come back next week. And then next week, no, do you know what, you weren't that good, have a week off. And that's what it feels like. And I know a lot of people are going to go, money, 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 all that sort of shit. Money doesn't solve happiness. Money doesn't make you senseless to emotion. Money only solves money problems. And you don't have to look too far. People are walking away from $1 million contracts because they want to deal with their mental health and all that sort of stuff like that. So what it is, and this is just my personal opinion, rugby league is just this fucked up concoction of emotions that makes you build up these psychological walls around you. But like, do you know what I mean? You have to get up for a game, then if you lose, like, you get up for this game, then you have to come down, you have to leave yourself back up pretty quick by Tuesday, Wednesday, get ready for another game, up and go again. And then after a game, not only do you judge by your coaches, by your players, but also fans, and then also like Twitter trolls as well, and random people coming through. I seen that Tigers kid miss a kick, and someone wrote to him, "Bro, go kill yourself." Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is where it makes it like a lot harder for players. And they're not allowed to act in a certain way. But what I was trying to get to is, like, you got this bundle of emotions that's built up week after week after week after week, sometimes year after year after year after year. And then when that wall drops and you snap in some certain way, and it can only be something as small as a tweet, there's a consequence for that action. And it may be a tweet that a fan that's bagged you for so many times, and this one tweet or one message has got to you and you've replied, go fuck yourself. There's a consequence for that. There's a consequence for having to fight in Bali and sticking up for your mate even though he's been glassed. There's a consequence of playing poker machines. And we live in we're social sheep right now. Whatever the hot topic is, we love to voice our opinion on it and use social media to voice our stuff. People come to me like, why aren't you using the Keep Cup? Are you doing this for the planet? What charities are you donating to? Like, why are you drinking? Like, for me, like, I don't really, as my job, I don't really have to answer to anyone. But people go to me, why are you drinking? And I go, do you drink? And they're like, yeah, but I'm not on social media. I'm like, what are we doing? And then imagine that times 10 as for a rugby league player. They're not allowed to be themselves because they're expected to act in a certain way. That's why they fall back on cliches. That's why they don't really have an outlet of anyone that they can really talk to. You're around the boys, you're around 30 guys, it's just banter. There's not really one, hey bro, fuck, I'm struggling right now. They may be the main breadwinner in their family and go home and have to be a dad, and maybe an islander that has to provide for their family. They can't really go home and go, hey bro, I'm struggling with this. Like, I've just been dropped, and the coach has gone, turn up with a smile on your face. There's no time to sort of grieve or to get yourself together, because you kind of have to get yourself up to go back again, and it makes up for this fucked up concoction of emotion that's bundled up with these psychological rugby league walls around you, and when you snap, there's a consequence for it. So that's my thoughts on it. I feel like that's the hardest thing about rugby league right now is you can't really be yourself. You're growing up in front of a lot of people, you're expected to act in a certain way, and there's a consequence for minor infractions, something as small as a tweet. So I feel like that's the hardest thing about rugby league right now. Question number 2, when is the time to give up or to quit your business? I feel like it comes under 2 categories for me personally: no passion or no money. Let's talk about money, sort of cash flow. Your business needs cash flow. Cash flow is oxygen for your business. So if you're at a certain point where there's no money coming in, probably comes back to self-awareness and going, even though this is my baby, this is my idea, it's not a viable business right now in terms of cash flow coming in, covering all your expenses and stuff, maybe that's time. But in saying that, there was a time where I felt like that happened to us as YKTR, and I'm glad I stuck through. And we went to the tax office one time. This is when I had my old accountant, and sort of misinformed about information. I thought I was going to get a bunch of money back, which I didn't, which is going to help us scale and grow. And I remember walking out of that office and thinking, fuck, we fucked up here, or I fucked up because it's on me. And I thought YKTR was over, but I felt like we had enough of a brand to keep going. We found money in another way. The other one is no passion. No passion. Let me talk about this. I used to start side businesses regularly, and one of my side businesses was a print-on-demand T-shirt. Basically, what print-on-demand is a type of drop shipping. So if I have this T-shirt right here, I don't hold any inventory in it. I only make it once someone buys it. And I used to sell like dog T-shirts to like older women, which is pretty funny, because I used to look on Instagram and just all I saw was girls with dogs. And I was sort of looking around. I was like, why doesn't someone just? No, actually, I seen a girl. And she had a dog T-shirt, and I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. Started looking around and learned about this print-on-demand thing. Used to have this page and just share dog content. Like I had a post that went viral that had like 5 million views on it, retargeted, sold them T-shirts. And my biggest demographic was 40 to 50-year-old women over in America. And America was a bit better for me because the place where I was getting print-on-demand was over there. I bet you didn't know that about me. But I had no passion for it. I felt sleazy. I was hiding behind this alias email. I was just making content and then sending T-shirts off to girls and off to ladies between 40 and 50. I think my biggest area was like Texas. It was random. And I used to make like maybe 100, 150 bucks a day as a side hustle from it, but I was spending maybe like 60 bucks on things. So it wasn't really that great of a business in terms of business models, but I had no passion for it because I felt sleazy. I was selling a product that I didn't believe in. I was hiding behind an alias, and that's why I'm so upfront with how I do my business now in terms of YKTR, in terms of the media, in terms of Ice Project. Like I front it because I want my face to it, because I want the accountability of it. Everything I sell, I believe in. Everything I talk about, I believe in. I'd rather be in this sort of point here. So the other side is no passion. I had no passion for those other side hustles I was going through. One was a social media agency. I had a couple other ones. I was been trying to start random shit all the time. But yeah, like I said, once I went all in on YKTR, this is where my passion lied. I was the face of it. I had a passion for it. We had cash flow coming in, and to the point where we can scale. I feel like that's viable. So I think it comes back down to those two things: having a passion for it. If you've lost passion for it, you can quit. To be honest, like if I lost passion for all this, I'd happily change right now. I've done it in the past. I'm happy to do it again. And the other one's cash flow. If we run out of cash, we're out of business. Simple as that.